The Power of One Decision. Chapter 9. Building Unstoppable Momentum with Daily Decisions. Greatness is never born from one single heroic choice made in a dramatic moment. Instead, it emerges quietly through thousands of small, correct decisions carried out consistently, often when no one else is watching and no applause is near. These seemingly ordinary choices, repeated day after day, create the foundation upon which extraordinary lives are built. The person who masters the art of deciding rightly in the quiet hours of ordinary life becomes the force that shapes not only their own future, but also the world around them. In this chapter, we explore how you can harness the power of daily decisions to generate unstoppable momentum that carries you forward with increasing speed and strength. Consider the simple truth that every remarkable achievement rests upon a long chain of small decisions. The athlete who stands on the victory platform did not arrive there through one perfect performance. They arrived through countless mornings when they chose to train instead of sleep longer, through evenings when they chose to review their technique instead of seeking distraction, and through moments of fatigue when they chose persistence over surrender. Each of those decisions seemed small at the time, yet together they compounded into the momentum that carried the athlete to the top. The same principle applies to every domain of human endeavor. The leader who inspires a team, the parent who raises confident children, the creator who produces meaningful work. All of them built their results through the steady accumulation of right daily choices. You can begin this process immediately by establishing a clear morning decision. Each morning, before the demands of the day pull you in many directions, take a few quiet moments to decide upon one single thing you will complete that day. This is not a long list of tasks that overwhelms you. It is one focused intention that aligns with your larger aims. Perhaps it is completing a specific project at work, reaching out to strengthen a relationship, dedicating time to physical movement, or simply practicing patience in challenging interactions. By naming this one thing clearly, you give your mind and energy a definite target. Your attention naturally organizes itself around that decision, making it far more likely that you will follow through. When you wake up and consciously choose your primary focus for the day, you step into the role of the one who directs your own life, rather than reacting to whatever arises. In the evening, close the day with another powerful decision. Reflect briefly on what occurred and decide upon one specific way you will improve tomorrow. This might be as straightforward as choosing to listen more attentively in conversations, approaching a recurring problem with fresh creativity, or protecting your energy by saying no to unnecessary demands. The evening decision turns every day into a stepping stone rather than a repeat of the past. It prevents you from drifting through life on autopilot, and instead cultivates a habit of continuous, gentle refinement. Over weeks and months, these evening decisions create a natural upward spiral. You do not need to transform everything at once. You only need to improve one small aspect each day. The cumulative effect of these improvements builds momentum that feels almost effortless once it gains speed. To make this practice sustainable and effective, create a simple daily decision ritual that you can repeat every single day without fail. The ritual consists of 3 clear parts: one focus, one action, and one boundary. First, choose your one focus for the day, the single area or outcome that deserves your primary attention. Second, select one concrete action that moves you toward that focus. This action should be specific and doable within the day's available time and energy. Third, define one boundary you will honor, a clear limit that protects your focus and energy. This boundary might involve limiting time spent on distractions, declining certain requests, or setting aside protected time for rest and reflection. For example, your daily ritual on a given day might sound like this in your mind. Today, my focus is advancing my most important project. My one action is to complete the first section of the report. My one boundary is that I will not check messages during my 2-hour deep work block in the morning. By stating these 3 elements clearly each morning, you create a compact decision framework that guides your behavior without complexity. The beauty of this ritual lies in its simplicity. It requires only a few minutes, yet delivers powerful direction. Repeat this ritual daily, and it becomes an automatic part of your thinking, much like brushing your teeth becomes automatic through repetition. The consistency of the ritual itself generates momentum because your mind learns to expect and prepare for decisive action every day. Momentum is the natural and inevitable result of making consistent right choices over time. Once you begin deciding daily with intention, you will notice several powerful shifts occurring. First, your confidence grows because each completed decision provides evidence that you can trust yourself to follow through. Second, your energy increases as scattered efforts give way to focused progress. Third, obstacles that once seemed overwhelming start to appear smaller because you have trained yourself to take one decisive step at a time. Fourth, opportunities begin to appear more frequently because a person moving with clear direction naturally attracts new possibilities. These shifts do not happen overnight, but they accelerate as the days accumulate. What begins as a small daily practice gradually becomes an unstoppable force that propels you forward even on difficult days. The person who decides daily truly becomes unstoppable. They develop a quiet inner strength that does not depend on external motivation or perfect circumstances. When challenges arise, and they always will, this person does not freeze in indecision. Instead, they fall back on their established ritual. They choose one focus, one action, and one boundary, and they move forward. This ability to decide, even in the face of uncertainty, separates those who achieve meaningful results from those who remain stuck in potential. Over years, the daily decider builds a life of substance and impact. Their relationships deepen because they consistently choose presence and integrity. Their work gains excellence because they consistently choose quality over speed. Their personal growth accelerates because they consistently choose learning over comfort. In every area, the power of accumulated right decisions creates results that appear almost magical to outside observers. Yet the process itself is straightforward and accessible to anyone willing to practice it. To deepen your mastery of daily decisions, incorporate gentle reflection into your evening ritual. After choosing your improvement for tomorrow, spend 1 or 2 minutes acknowledging what went well that day. Recognize the moments when you honored your focus, completed your action, or respected your boundary. This positive acknowledgement reinforces the neural pathways associated with decisive behavior, making future decisions easier and more natural. At the same time, view any missteps not as failures, but as valuable information. If you drifted from your focus, ask yourself gently what pulled you away and how you can protect your attention better tomorrow. This balanced reflection prevents self-criticism from draining your momentum and instead turns every day, successful or challenging, into fuel for continued progress. You can adapt the daily decision ritual to different seasons of life without losing its power. During particularly busy periods, your focus might be as basic as maintaining inner calm amid chaos. Your action might be taking 3 deep breaths before responding to stress, and your boundary might be protecting sleep by ending screen time at a set hour. During times of transition or growth, your focus could shift toward learning a new skill. Your action could involve dedicated practice time, and your boundary could limit negative influences that undermine confidence. The ritual remains effective because its strength lies not in rigid rules, but in the consistent act of conscious choosing. No matter what circumstances you face, the practice of deciding one focus, one action, and one boundary keeps you anchored in personal agency. As you continue this practice month after month, you will discover that momentum has a compounding quality, similar to interest accumulating in a savings account. Small daily deposits of right decisions grow steadily larger in their effects. A single decision to exercise today becomes easier after a week of similar decisions. A single decision to listen generously in conversation becomes more natural after a month of choosing connection over distraction. Eventually, the person you are becoming feels noticeably different from the person you once were. You carry yourself with greater clarity and calm. Others notice your reliability and quiet confidence. Most importantly, you experience the deep satisfaction of knowing you are actively shaping your life rather than being shaped by it. Remember that building unstoppable momentum does not require perfection. It requires persistence in the face of imperfection. There will be days when you miss your focus, forget your action, or cross your own boundary. On those days, the most powerful decision you can make is the decision to begin again the next morning without harsh judgment. Self-compassion, combined with steady commitment, creates the healthiest and most sustainable form of momentum. Treat yourself as you would treat a valued friend who is learning a new skill. Encourage progress, learn from setbacks, and keep moving forward one decision at a time. The journey of daily decisions ultimately transforms how you see yourself. You stop viewing life as a series of overwhelming challenges and begin seeing it as a series of manageable choices. You become the one who decides, the one who builds, and the one who leads by example. This identity shift is perhaps the greatest gift of the practice. When you consistently make right decisions in private, you develop an inner authority that radiates outward and influences every relationship and responsibility you hold. You become a steady presence in an unsteady world, a source of clarity when confusion prevails, and a living demonstration that one person's committed choices can indeed create meaningful change. In conclusion, the path to unstoppable momentum lies not in waiting for inspiration or perfect conditions, but in the humble, repeated act of deciding well each day. Greatness is built in the unseen moments when you choose your focus, take your action, and honor your boundary despite fatigue, doubt, or distraction. These quiet choices stack like bricks in a strong foundation until the structure of your life becomes too solid to ignore and too powerful to stop. Begin this very day. Choose your one focus, your one action, and your one boundary. Repeat the process tomorrow, and the day after, and every day that follows. The person who decides daily becomes unstoppable, and that person can be you. The power is already in your hands. Use it, one decision at a time, and watch your life move forward with a force that grows stronger with every right choice you make.